This video is going to cover the very best mixed reality games for Quest 3. I have played every mixed reality game I can possibly get my hands on, and I've whittled it down to the very best, most enjoyable games, but also the ones that make the best use of mixed reality. I'm Andrew from VR Lowdown, and let's get started. The first game I'm going to cover is 11 Table Tennis. This is the most exquisite reproduction of a real-life sport that I've ever played in VR. And now that it has a mixed reality mode, it really adds to the experience of the game. The reason why mixed reality is so good in 11 Table Tennis is that you're able to place a virtual table tennis table in your real room. And as a result, you can play table tennis much more naturally than you could in VR. You can move quickly to return shots without worrying that you're going to bump into walls or furniture. And this does free you up to play exactly like you would in real life, even though the mixed reality is really just providing a backdrop for the game. I found it a much more enjoyable and satisfying experience in mixed reality. The next one I'm going to cover is Piano Vision. This is a mixed reality application to help you learn the piano. It allows you to place a virtual keyboard over the top of the keys of a real piano. It helps you to learn to play songs on the piano by having virtual notes come towards you, and then when they arrive at the keys, all you have to do is play the right note at the right time. You can pull up sheet music in front of you if you'd like to learn that way, and there are various options and modes to help you to actually learn the pieces that you're playing. You can connect an electric MIDI piano to your Quest 3 to actually have accurate note recognition without relying on hand tracking. I've done a separate video on Piano Vision, and I'll link to this in the description below. The next game I'm going to cover is Miracle Pool. This allows you to place a virtual pool table in your real world and play pool just like you would in real life. You can place your pool table exactly as you want in your room. You then pick up a cue and use it exactly like you would in real life. You can walk around the table and view your shots from all the same angles that you would if you were playing pool in real life. There are quite a few VR pool games, and actually some of them do a really good job, but Miracle Pool takes this one step further. The physics are amazing, and the way you actually play the game feels so much more like real life. The only downside is it's an App Lab game and it's still in early access. Now this means you can actually download it for free and try it out now, but the features are slightly limited for now. I'm really looking forward to a full release of this game, and I'd highly recommend you try it out. The next game I'm going to cover is The Thrill of the Fight. This is undoubtedly the best VR boxing game, and it now has a mixed reality mode that allows you to place a boxing ring in your real room and fight a virtual boxer that will appear in front of you in mixed reality. It's got all the same features of The Thrill of the Fight, but you can see your real world. So again, you're less worried about straying out of your play space and accidentally hitting into furniture or punching a wall. I absolutely love The Thrill of the Fight, but I was always a little bit nervous about playing it in VR mode because you're punching really hard, and if you do stray off course and punch a wall, potentially you could damage your controller or your hand. I punched a wall once playing this game and I wouldn't want to do it again. Thankfully, mixed reality makes this so much more enjoyable as you're able to adjust your position within your room to stay well within your play space. If you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could press the like button. And please use the comment section below to let me know what your favourite mixed reality games are. Next up is Trackcraft. This is a game where you're able to race little virtual cars and also build creative tracks all around your real life room. This game makes use of the room scanning feature on Quest 3, so you can actually drive the virtual cars on your floor, up your walls, and even over your furniture. You can build tracks that actually incorporate your real life furniture and features in your real room and drive around and have an absolute blast. In addition, there are pre-made tracks that you can race on, trying to complete them as quick as you can, and there are leaderboards to show you how well you're doing compared to other people who've tried the same track. Trackcraft is a game that makes wonderful use of the mixed reality features of Quest 3. They have integrated mixed reality so incredibly well into this game, and hopefully this is a sign of what we'll be looking forward to with mixed reality games in the future. Coaster Mania is another awesome mixed reality game. It allows you to build little virtual roller coasters that make use of the space in your real room. You can build roller coasters that go under tables and round chairs in your real world, and then you can actually watch the roller coaster as it whizzes around your room, and you can see how well you've built your coaster and whether it looks like fun. If you're feeling up to it, you can even get in your roller coaster and experience it from a first-person perspective, and this is quite a wild ride. Coaster Mania is a wonderful game. The mixed reality features make it so much better, so much more enjoyable. It's very inexpensive. I'd highly recommend it. Blaston is a free-to-play virtual and mixed reality game. It involves you standing on a virtual platform, facing an opponent in front of you on another virtual platform, and the idea is that you have to grab guns that appear in front and to the side of you and fire shots at your opponent whilst dodging the projectiles that your opponent will be firing towards you. The winner is the person who depletes their opponent's health bar to 0 first. There are multiple AI opponents, but you can also play unranked and ranked games against real-life opponents. There is also a social hub, so this is a game that feels alive and it's a lot of fun. The base game is free, but there are premium features. Mixed reality works really well in this game because in VR, you're standing on a virtual platform and the game requires that you dodge quite quickly from side to side, back and forth to avoid projectiles. I always get a little bit nervous that I'm going to stray off course and hit into furniture or hit a wall, and it holds me back from really enjoying the experience to the full. Being in mixed reality, I can see where all the real physical obstacles are, and it frees me up to enjoy the experience while staying safe. First Encounters is next up. This is the game that comes free with every Quest 3 as a showpiece of what mixed reality can do. It makes use of the room scanning feature. In this game, an alien spacecraft will descend from your ceiling and land in your real room. You will then have alien blobs that start bashing on your walls and breaking through, and your job is to pick up a blaster and start blasting away at these alien blobs that only increase in number and energy as the game goes on. If you shoot at your wall, you'll actually blast holes in it, and then you can see where the alien blobs are coming from. It is a wonderful showcase of mixed reality that incorporates your real play space into the game. If you haven't tried this game, you really should. It's a ton of fun. Unfortunately, it's way too short, but what is available in this game is brilliant. Next up is a game called BAM. This game involves you driving around a virtual arena, jumping from platform to platform, chasing after and avoiding other virtual opponents that are either AI controlled or controlled by other real life players. There's a number of game modes that make this a ton of fun. It can get a little bit competitive at times. The mixed reality functionality of BAM doesn't add a ton to the experience, but it's fun to be able to walk around looking at this virtual battle arena floating in the air in your real life play space. Next up is Goldberg Workshop. This is a wonderful physics-based game where you build tracks using a variety of pieces to create marble run type experiences and domino setups that you then set in motion and watch what you have created. It's a ton of fun. It's relatively inexpensive. The fact that you're able to do it in your real life world using the room scanning features adds a ton to this game. It's a brilliant example of mixed reality done well, and I'd highly recommend it. Next up is Pillow. This is a unique mixed reality game where you are required to lie on your back looking at the ceiling. The game has a number of activities that are meant to relax you and help you chill out. There is a stargazing experience and a sky fishing game. There is a storybook experience and also a meditation experience. This is a very unique game but it really does make a very clever use of mixed reality. You lie on your bed and you see these virtual objects appear on your ceiling, and it's just a really relaxing, cool experience that I don't think you could create without the use of mixed reality. It doesn't have a ton of content, but the content that's here is really, really well done, and it really does showcase mixed reality done well. Next up is Figment XR. Figment XR is built off Tiltbrush, the open source paint and creative app that was created by Google and made open source after they discontinued development. Figment takes this one step further, brings it into mixed reality and allows you to be creative, building models and artistic creations in mixed reality that incorporate your real world. It's a wonderful app to explore that makes terrific use of mixed reality. You can build anything that your imagination can think of. This is definitely one for anyone with a bit of creativity. You could spend hours here, and I do find it really, really relaxing. Next up is World. This is a mixed reality map application. This allows you to place a 3D virtual map in your real world. You can visit anywhere in the world and see it in 3D, spin it around, zoom in, and you can actually physically walk around and see it from all angles. There's loads of information about the landmarks and places that you visit. You can also visit these places with other real life users. So it's a great way to explore the world and even do some research for upcoming trips or teach kids about the world in a really, really fun way. I've spent a lot of time in Google Earth VR, and this is another awesome VR map application. World brings it one step further by bringing it into mixed reality. It's a really polished, enjoyable map experience. If you want to go out and see the world from the comfort of your own home, World is a wonderful way to do it. The base game is free, although there are premium options. You just need to sign up for a user account and you can try it out today. Next up is Demio. Demio is a wonderful way to play a tabletop Dungeons and Dragons style game in the comfort of your own home. You can place a virtual game board in your real world and you play as a virtual character trying to make your way through a story-based dungeon. Demio is highly polished. The developers are adding content all the time. It initially launched as a virtual reality game. Now that it's available in mixed reality, this does add quite a lot as it makes it feel much more like the traditional experience of playing a tabletop game in your real home. Next up is Vermilion. This is a VR and MR painting app where you can actually set a virtual easel and canvas in your real world and you can stand and paint whatever creation you want to make in your real life room. I'm amazed with how well Vermilion translates the experience of real life painting into VR. You really can apply paint to the canvas in exactly the same way that you would in real life. You have such fine control over your paintbrush, the pressure that you apply, the strokes that you make on the canvas, that you can create some very, very impressive paintings in VR. And even if you have absolutely no artistic skill like me, it's a lot of fun just to play about and enjoy this wonderful experience. Mixed reality definitely enhances this game very significantly. It doesn't fundamentally change the underlying gameplay, but I think it's a very nice addition and it's a wonderful feature to have in this game. Next up is Ocean Rift. This is a VR ocean exploration game, but it also has a new mixed reality experience. The mixed reality functionality within Ocean Rift allows you to place windows onto a huge aquarium in your real world. You can literally place a floor-to-ceiling window that covers your entire wall and allows you to look out into the vast ocean and you can see all of the sea life swimming around. There are various environments to explore and you can see dolphins and whales and tropical fish and loads of sea life. Although the mixed reality functionality of Ocean Rift is a bit limited, it's done wonderfully well and it's definitely worth checking out. It's something that you could never achieve with any other medium other than mixed reality, and I've been really, really impressed with it. Next up is Lego Bricktales. This is a really polished mixed reality Lego game that was one of the high-profile games featured at the launch of the Quest 3. It came out in December 2023, and it allows you to place a virtual Lego game board in your real room. Lego Bricktales is a story-based game that allows you to build Lego in a very structured way. It's not a Lego sandbox, which is what I really would have liked to see, but it's really well polished. It guides you through a number of scenarios really nicely. It's a ton of fun to play. The controls are tight. The mixed reality works really well. I can literally set the Lego game board on my coffee table in my living room and play Lego like I'm 8 years old again. This game is a load of fun. If my kids find out that I've got Lego Bricktales on my Quest 3, I'll probably never be able to use my Quest 3 again. Puzzling Places is a wonderful 3D mixed reality puzzle game. It was initially launched in virtual reality and now it's got a mixed reality update. It allows you to complete jigsaw-type puzzles of various famous places and landmarks. You can change the number of pieces to adjust the difficulty level to your liking. It does take a little bit of getting used to work out how the pieces go together, but the controls are incredibly solid. The pieces click together really satisfyingly, and you can move all elements of the game about to get them exactly where you want them. It works really well in mixed reality because you're able to position everything in your real world. The mixed reality version of Puzzling Places feels much less isolating than the VR experience, although once again, it doesn't fundamentally change the underlying gameplay. Next up is Cubism. This is a wonderful 3D puzzle game for Quest 2 and Quest 3. The mixed reality functionality brings these puzzles into your real life room. This means that you can walk around your room to see the puzzle from all different angles. Cubism is an awesome game. It's rated really highly. The gameplay is incredibly satisfying. The difficulty of the puzzles ramps up pretty quickly. I don't think I'm desperately good at this game, but if you've any interest in puzzle games, then Cubism is an absolute slam dunk. It's a cracking game and you should 100% try it out. So that finishes my list of the very best mixed reality games for Quest 3. I've picked all of these games because they're awesome games in their own right. The mixed reality functionality within these games actually adds to the gameplay and enhances these games, making them better than they would be without the mixed reality capability. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a pleasure to make it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care till next time.